I'm Dale Smith for Loony Politics, and this week, NDP leader Jagmeet Singh kind of laid an ultimatum out that if Pharmacare legislation wasn't tabled by March 1st, he was going to end the supply and confidence agreement with the government and also stop cooperating on things like time allocation so that it would, all the delay tactics that conservatives in particular have been using will start to bite a lot more than they are currently. Now, part of the problem here is that this notion of what the NDP wants around universal pharmacare is not achievable by the federal government alone. This is a program that will require all of the provinces on board if it's going to work. And so far, there's only one, PEI. All of the other provinces, curiously including the two NDP provinces currently, have not signed on and have been resisting to sign on. And this is something that the federal government can't do without them because Pharmacare is part of healthcare delivery, which is a provincial jurisdiction. On top of that, this would be a program that would require provincial cost sharing because it's far too expensive for the federal government to cover alone and deals with, all of the current kinds of healthcare treatment that provinces deal with as it is, such as the medications used by hospitals and pharmacies within the publicly funded system and not simply the medications people take at home. Part of why universal pharmacare needs to be an all-in process and not just an opt-in with one province at a time like the NDP seems to think is because the only way this will work is with the economies of scale that the complete national program allows for. That means things like bulk purchasing on a national scale, as opposed to some of the piecemeal bulk purchasing that happens currently. And it's that economy of scale that will allow it to actually be a viable solution, as opposed to simply a very costly white elephant on the federal government's books. Now, the other problem we have here is that without the NDP supporting the government when it comes to things like time allocation motions, is that things are going to start slowing down a lot more. The NDP have been making a lot of hay and been patting themselves on the back a whole lot for being able to deliver for people, not simply with dental care, but on other kinds of programming. And they love to say thanks to the NDP whenever the government talks about things that they've done for people. The problem that they will face if they start withdrawing the support is that the government will be able to turn around and say that the NDP are now an obstructionist force as opposed to someone who is able to deliver for the government or for Canadians. And that's going to put a real damper on the NDP's ability to tell people that they got so much done and that's why they need even more MPs. Whereas if they start becoming an obstruction, that's going to be a harder sell for the population. For Loony Politics, I'm Dale Smith.